Post-holiday blues, what it is and what to do about it. Are you struggling with post-holiday blues? Here's what it is and what to do about it. I've been a clinical psychologist for 8 years and owned my own clinic for 5. In this video, I'd like to let you know what you can do to get a good start back to work after a holiday. But first, what is post-holiday blues really? In simple terms, it just means that you're feeling blue after a holiday. Post means after in Latin, so it's a state that can occur after a holiday when you're returning back to everyday life. Maybe you will have tried it. The alarm clock rings early, you hurry up, brush your teeth, try to eat breakfast and get ready for work. The slow holiday mornings are long gone and you're back in the treadmill of everyday work. The first days or weeks after a holiday will for some be weighed down by feelings of everything being a little bit more difficult than usual. Many will feel that it's more hard to get up and get doing, that it's more difficult to get motivated in the morning and head out to work, and that the workday feels longer and tedious. This is an example of post-holiday blues, that you feel more fatigued, low on energy, and with low mood. Maybe this is not new for you. Maybe you know that this can happen and that it's a thing. But I also know that many do not know about it and get confused when it happens and sometimes ends up causing even more struggling for themselves. I see in my clinic that some will start to worry when they feel blue after a long holiday. They'll notice the symptoms and start to worry about their brain's function or capacity, or if there's been some changes in their psychology. Because why does everything all of a sudden feel harder and more difficult to do? Some will worry that there's something wrong with them or that their brains have stopped working, that their after holiday self is different than how they felt before the holiday. Some will start to stress about it and try their best to get back into feelings of normal as soon as possible. This can even lead to more stress and them feeling even worse. I hope that the information in this video will help you feel more calm if holiday blues ever happens to you or when it does, and help you know what to do when it happens so you don't end up stressing out or making it worse. So what's up with this after holiday blues and what to do? First off, post-holiday blues are more normal than not. It's the feeling that we begin our days after a holiday fatigued or feeling more heavy or more down than normal, almost like a post-holiday hangover. The idea we have, culturally at least, is that a holiday will provide us with rest and restore our energy, so we will expect that we will return to work or to everyday with replenished energy and motivation. But the truth is that this change from holiday to everyday is not always filled with energy and motivation. Just as well as it can be difficult for us to switch into holiday mode, that is, to start relaxing and gearing down, it can be difficult to switch back into work mode. Even though we as humans are extremely capable, we are not that flexible when it comes to change. For most, it will take us a little while. That is what we see with the post-holiday blues. That we for a while after a holiday will feel that we lack the energy and drive to do what we need to do in the normal workday. So in short, is this normal? Yes. Is there something wrong with you if you feel like this after a holiday? No. So why am I telling you this? Well, I see quite a lot in my clinic that this after holiday blues can raise concern in my clients, that they will worry that they're showing signs of depression or that they're doing something incorrectly, causing them to feel low or heavy. If they do not know that after holiday blues is a thing, they might start to worry increasingly or stress about how to fix it. And worrying and stressing is likely to exhaust their mental energy and can keep the low energy or low motivation state going on for longer, causing it to sort of impact their daily life functioning negatively as well. So therefore, knowing what post-holiday blues are, knowing that it's a thing is important. It is important to know that it's not a sign of depression or malfunctioning in your mind. It's just something that happens due to the lack of flexibility in humans, or to be more precise, it is because it takes us some time to get into gear or to change routine. If we've just had some weeks of holiday, when we will have gotten used to not having a fixed schedule, we will have gotten used to not running around so much, to be able to relax and let go. Just as well as this relaxed holiday state can take some time getting used to, so will getting back into work mode. Post-holiday blues have been described in psychology since the 1950s. It consists of generally feeling a bit low mood and low energy, but can also contain poor sleep, being irritable, and feelings of being unwell overall. Some also report feeling discouraged or hopeless, which is usually linked to them not feeling that the holiday that they just had fixed whatever they hoped that it would fix. That it didn't leave them feeling happy with their work life or left them looking forward to it. After holiday blues can both come just after a holiday, or it can come creeping in the first couple of weeks after you're back. Usually, the longer the holiday had been, the more likely it is that you experience post-holiday blues. For shorter holidays, it's less likely to happen as we don't get as much down into gear or away from the everyday life, simply just because we have a shorter time away from work. So knowing that it's a thing, that it's not just you or something wild going on, is helpful. In essence, post-holiday blues just have to run its course. It will just pass by time passing and you getting used to being back at work. It's just about your mind catching up to the new routine. You don't really have to do anything. It's not a depression or malfunctioning, so you don't need treatment or to change anything. But what you can't do is that you can try and not make it worse. If we start to stress about it or worry about not being healthy enough, that will likely make it worse. If we, while feeling low or lacking energy, force ourselves to exercise or plan to eat even more healthy or whatever we can think of doing when we're stressing about low energy or not being healthy enough, then we will likely feel worse, not better. And we might sort of end up tiring ourselves out even more. So the best advice is to be familiar with the symptoms and to have the knowledge that it will pass on its own. Our mind just needs a little bit of time catching up. Should you ask a psychologist if there are other good advices, then these are some of the ones that you would likely get. Give yourself time. You cannot start from 0 to 100. Know that you need some time to get back into gear and feel back to work. Set your work expectations accordingly. You might not feel as productive as before the holiday. Allow for work being a bit slower and take less on. If you try to just work as hard and with as large tasks as just before the holiday, you'll likely run into some stress symptoms or feeling overwhelmed. Plan nice things or schedule time off, both so you have something to look forward to, but also so that you can know when you'll be doing something nice. If possible, then plan a long weekend or take off early from work one day, or try to schedule in some break or breathing holes, as some might call it. Knowing when we get to relax or take a break can help us not feel so overwhelmed. Other than trying to schedule in some time where you know that you can get a breather, keeping in mind what you might be missing is also an idea. Many will have had time to do nice things for themselves in their holiday. They might have had an extra nice breakfast, taken slow walks, or done some sort of self-care. When work life starts again, those nice things that we did for ourselves often gets forgotten or sort of falls out of the schedule again. So trying to incorporate some of the nice things that you did during the holiday into your everyday can help remedy sort of the change. So it's not so black and white. So try and have a moderate start. Let yourself know when you get to relax and do some nice things for yourself. This makes sense when we think about it. Imagine the opposite. Rushing back into everything, not knowing when your next break will be, and not doing anything nice. This is likely not the recipe for feeling very well, is it? So, what do I hope that you got from this? Well, I hope that you heard that post-holiday blues is a thing. It's not depression or it's not you being broken. It's just something that happens to many when they've been on a long holiday. Rather than feeling rested or supercharged, it is for many as such that they feel low and tired. This will sort itself out when we've gotten used to being back in the work routine. We don't need to do anything really. The adjustment just happens on its own. In the meantime, what we can do is that we can try not panic and stress about it. We can make ourselves aware of what it is and remind ourselves that it will sort itself out with time. And while it's going on, we can try to give ourselves some more breaks or nice things to look forward to. We can adjust our expectations and how much work we can get done, and we might push some tasks a bit. And we can try and remember doing some of the nice things we did when it was holiday time. So, I think this was all we had time for. What was your takeaway from today's video? As always, feel free to take away the information you can use, if any, and leave the rest. Hopefully you found that today's topic made sense and I did not waste your time. Please like or subscribe so my channel can grow. Take care and see you for the next one.